Appreciate it. Hey, so. How goes it? Pretty good. Pretty good. Life is going pretty good right now. Hopefully it is for you two as well. Okay, make sure this all works. Okay. Alright. All good, all ready. Okay. Oh, shit. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully she pulls through. Has sushi for lunch, life's pretty good. Okay. I still have yet to have sushi. 39 years in, haven't had sushi once yet. Hey, Young Kitty, over in YouTube chat, welcome. Good to see you. Alright. I had a exhausting weekend. I went to a thing and stayed up way past my bedtime pretty much every day this weekend. So it's I had to spend a day just getting my body clock back on my normal schedule of getting up early, going to bed early. But it was fun. I had a good time. Okay. Let's get going here. Crimson Diamond, part 6. We're 6 hours and 9 minutes in. I might have forgotten to run the timer last time. I could have sworn this was also 6 hours and 9 minutes last time. Whatever. We are at the beginning of chapter 4 in this one. Let's hop over to the game here. So we finished up the initial investigation of getting your geology tools and all that, and then there was a nighttime part of the first proper day where we learned of some more intrigue and did some... Was it detective work? I don't... Oh yeah, we had to look up who broke into... Okay, so I did run the timer. Alright, and I'm gonna make sure to run it this time for sure. I'm hitting the start timer button. So yeah, last time was figuring out what happened with the curio case and the jewelry box that got broken into. So we did actual detective stuff in chapter 3, and we figured out that it was Margot, the blonde woman, that broke into the jewelry box and the curio. I don't know what was taken out of the curio because I didn't like look at that early in the game, so I might have missed some important thing that was in the curio case. Hopefully it doesn't put me on like a bad ending or something, but if it is, then whatever. And then Margot's health took a turn at the end of chapter 3, and I believe she died at the end of chapter 3. So that's kind of where we're picking up things, is they brought her body down to the cellar. It did praise me, but that might have been like a 99 out of 100 praising, or a 90 out of 100, rather than a perfect score. So I don't know. Like the fact that the character in the game remarked on the curio case got broken into and something was taken, but I don't know what it was because I didn't check it or something. Like the fact that that dialogue box existed makes me suspect that I goofed earlier in the game. And I could like load a save from earlier in the game to just go and like check what that was, but I'm not going to. We're gonna play this as if we're on a linear path here. There's no going back. We're gonna live with our mistakes. That's what we do on this channel. So let's do it. All right, so we're at the beginning of chapter 4. There is Margot. There is Evan, I think. We have not been inside of this room yet. This is the cellar, I believe. This is Elijah's cellar. It's a few degrees cooler than the rest of the house, making it ideal for storing a wide variety of supplies with which to provision lodge. Hey, Hamyets. Did she die a death or kill death? I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she was probably poisoned by either the soup that we brought to her or by the water pitcher that the older woman Nessa brought to her. I'm pretty sure we didn't kill her. But I don't know. There's a set of stairs in the east wall leading upwards. The shelves contain a wide array of vegetables as well as jarred and bottled goods. There are sacks full of apples and potatoes. My goodness, Jack has done such a wonderful job with his little vegetable patch. Margot is here. Evan is here. All right, look at Margot. Margot's body has been temporarily laid to rest on a long wooden table. Oh, Margot. Examine Margot. You want to have a look? I'm going to go have a drink. Hey, Chops. I know, like, that would be... like, you're secretly playing as Maple the serial killer, I guess. Alright, so he's just taken off. That's a lot of frames of animation for that. Alright. You determinedly decide to take a closer look at Margot's body. Type exit or click the exit button to stop your examination. Alright, this is... I wasn't expecting this, but okay. You pull away the sheet covering Margot. Your desire to understand what happened outweighs your squeamishness. Despite Margot's panicked final moments, she now appears peaceful. Examine mouth. A closer inspection of Margot's lips revealed no additional information. But having drawn closer to her mouth to get a closer look, you do detect an unusual odor emanating from it. So there's an odor... Okay, smell mouth. You detect a distinct garlicky smell around Margot's mouth. Garlicky, huh? That's strange. I don't remember seeing Margot eat any garlic. Come to think of it, Jack hasn't cooked us any meals using garlic. Is she a vampire? Is that... Alright. Examine eyes. Margot's eyes are closed and shouldn't be disturbed. Besides, what would I do if I couldn't close them again? Yeah, true. Examine nose. Upon closer inspection, Margot's nose appears enviably poreless. Examine ears. You admire the majestic arch of the helix, the delicate shell-like folds of the concha, the graceful dip of the intertragal notch. Very nice. Alright. Okay. Kids, cover your eyes. I'm hoping to learn more about what happened to Margot, but I don't think it would be appropriate to do that. Well, maybe she was stabbed! Like, I'm confident I can make some astute observations while still preserving her dignity. Maple. Dang it. Alright, examine arm. Intense scrutiny of Margot's skin reveals no bruises or abrasions, but you do find some rough, scaly areas on her hands and feet, darkened areas, and red patchy lesions on her lower legs. I wonder if these skin problems have something to do with her aches and pains. Okay. Examine chest. That would not benefit. Oh, come on. That would benefit. Examine collarbones. They're right there. They're right there. Examine neck. Back of Margot's neck reveals darkened, rough patches. That's odd. Her neck is covered by her hair, so it wouldn't have been exposed to much sunlight. This probably isn't sun damage. Margot's neck is free of bruises and scratches. She wasn't clawing or grasping at her own neck. That may indicate she didn't die of asphyxiation. Look in pockets. Like there, it looks like there's pockets on the front of the robe here. You find a small silver key in one of Margot's pockets. Okay, can we take the key? You take the key from Margot's pocket and put it in your own. I wonder what this opens. Examine silver key. Small silver key doesn't benefit. Okay. Look at silver key. Small silver key with the heart shape on it. This might be for that that jewelry box that was in her room. Examine hands. Sense scrutiny of skin. Okay, so that's the same as the other one. Examine hair. You're surprised to find that Margot's impeccably coiffed hair is hiding some thinning areas and a few bald patches. Okay. Interesting. I know, I was hoping that this was... We were going somewhere with this, but no. Nope. Not sure what else would benefit if I can't mess with her robe. I already checked the pockets. Okay, it looks like she's got a purple bra on or something. Examine bra? Can't use bra in this game. Examine underwear. Okay, alright. I tried. I don't know what else would benefit examination here. Hair, eyes, nose, mouth, ears, arms, hands, neck. It wouldn't let me look at the collarbone. I know, right? I'm gonna have to write some more emails to Julia, I think. Jeez. Gotta check the butts. Alright, look at butt. You can't see that right now. Alright, roll over. Roll over body. Feta cheese little. Okay. You don't see anything noteworthy. Okay. So her butt is entirely not noteworthy at all. Even in death, she's catching bullets here. Yep. No ass on her. I know that feel. I too do not have much of a butt, I've been told. So, it's okay. So I can't move the body. But I think that's realistically all I can do right now. Be careful to place the sheet covering Margot. I would have liked to have talked to Evan, but he just kind of took off. So there's a bunch of stuff on the shelves here. So there's cloves of garlic, it looks like. So we've learned that 3 braids of garlic hang on the shelves. So I'm pretty sure the only person that would have had access to this area would have been the housekeeper guy, Jack. And we've known from earlier in the game that Jack was I probably sleeping with Margot. And like the garlic in her breath. I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of that, especially if Jack didn't cook any meals that used garlic. But then again, maybe that special soup that was made had garlic in it. Maybe the soup is still somewhere and I can go smell the soup and maybe get to the bottom of that. According to Evan, Jack and Nathan will eventually be going to the train station. I know, right? Like we're narrowing down the possibilities and vampire is still at the top of the list. I wonder if I can catch them and ask them a few questions before they head out. Alright. I don't know if they're... What the hell? What is this? There's somebody here? Is that our girl Kimi? Now deeper in the forest, luckily there's a path to guide your way. Looking north, you can see Smokehouse. Yeah, Kimi's here. Okay. Talk to Kimi. Kimi, what are you doing creeping behind this tree? Kimi? Eek! Oh dear, sorry to you. Why are you lurking, Kimi? Lurking? I was looking for owls. Is Kimi a vampire too? Ask about vampires. You can't use vampires in this game. Okay. Well, that narrows down. That narrows down things, I guess. Also, I just noticed that when you're inside the house, the sides of the text box are lamps inside the house, but when you're outside, they're trees. I just now noticed that. Ask about birds. I've heard there are nesting cormorants in this region nowadays. They're rare. Fishermen kill them. This is the same dialogue she's always had. Ask about lurking. You can't use lurking in this game. Ask about night. Ask about owls. Oh, I hear owls. I thought I might be able to see great horned owls or even short-eared owls because it's still summer. Or great gray owls. They're the largest in Ontario. All right. Cool story, Kimi. I think Kimi is probably our primary suspect here, if I'm completely honest. All right, so the little house with the car is over here. And the dudes are not by the car yet, so they haven't left. All right. I'm just going to go to these other screens just for due diligence. It doesn't look like there's any anything too out of the ordinary. Oop, okay. It's like I stumbled on a conversation. Maybe if I approach from a different direction. We'll talk later. We aren't alone anymore. What are you guys up to? We're just getting some fresh air. Really? Well, I found some interesting samples on the riverbank this afternoon. Actually, I used a trowel to dig into the dirt. Otherwise, I wouldn't have found anything. Is that so? Can we have a look? Of course. Are we gonna die here? Am I dead? Are they gonna... You show the samples you collected from the river to Nathan and Jack. They inspect the samples intensely and exchange meaningful looks. What do you think? Very nice, Nancy. These are white garnets. Pretty big ones, too. Yes, sirree. Very pretty. Maybe get them set in silver when you're back at the city. These guys are a little too chipper for somebody just dying, including the woman he was sleeping with. White garnets. Are you sure? Yes, very sure. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Excuse me, I have to go to the carriage house and prepare the automobile for Jack's drive to the train station. Thanks, Nat. Of course, good evening. Nice night for a walk, isn't it? Sure is, Jack. Darn it, I miss talking to Nathan. How to find him and question him before he leaves. Talk to Jack. Jack, what are you looking for? I can help. Never mind. Rather late for you to be out, isn't it? It really looked like you and Nathan were looking for something on the riverbank. Oh no, girl, you're gonna get murdered if you keep up this line of questioning. Well, Margot lost an earring here a while back, a pretty one. So sometimes when I got time, I'll take a look. I see. Ask about earring. What does Margot's earring look like? I can help look for it. She lost it weeks ago. I doubt I'll ever find it. Don't trouble yourself. Ask about Margot. I can't believe she's gone. What do you think happened to her? Jack shifts uncomfortably and seems reluctant to meet your gauge. I think we should let it be, Nancy. Evan is in a bad way right now. We should give him peace and not interfere. Well, what the hell does he care about the other earring if she dead? You know? Alright. Ask about Nathan. Nathan's helping me get the automobile ready for a drive to the train station. He's probably in the carriage house by now. Mr. Richards wants a telegram sent to the Rangers. Ask about Rangers. Ranger Dan isn't due to check in on us for weeks. Mr. Richards wants me to travel to the train station and send a telegram requesting aid. Can't say I'm happy heading out at this time of night. I could drive the automobile into a ditch on account of it being dark and me tired. Mr. Richards won't hear it, though. Alright. Okay, I think that's most of everything. Have a good night, Miss Maple. Thanks, Jack. You too. Alright, so he didn't murder us yet. So what do I talk to Nathan about? Ah, here's Nat. Listen. Talk to Nathan. Good evening, Nathan. Ah, I thought maybe you were Evan. Sometimes he likes to walk the grounds and he's troubled. I wonder where he is now. Good question. Ask about Ranger. They have the law in these parts. Ranger Dan visits the lodge on occasion. I avoid the Rangers, even the nice ones. I never know when one might decide to make my life more difficult. Especially considering I sneak off the reservation to visit, which is against their laws. Oh, I had no idea. Please keep that to yourself. Of course. Ask about Telegram. Don't know anything about that, Miss Maple. Okay, sure. Ask about earring. I know, right? ACAB. I'm not sure that I've ever seen Margot wearing earrings, but I don't pay attention to things like that. Interesting. Ask about Margot. Margot's death is shocking. She was a kind woman. It's a sad state of affairs. I've known Evan a long time. I've never seen him like this. He needs to grieve. Jack's driving to the train station to send a telegram about Margot. This is Ranger business. Okay. Ask about Jack. Jack should be along shortly. He may be in the bedroom he's sharing with Corvus getting ready. He's driving to the train station to send a telegram about Margot's death. I'm just getting the automobile ready for him. Ask about car. Evan gave me his father's automobile when it started needing constant maintenance. It had become a hassle for him to call on me to fix it at the lodge, so he said I could have it. It worked out for both of us. I got to own an automobile, which is a rarity up here, and Evan made room in his carriage house for a new one. Alright. Neat. I'm gonna ask him about anything else. So based off of everything that he said, I don't think Nathan is involved in the death of Margot. He seems... Oh, okay. Oh, Nancy, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Excuse me. I'm gonna look for Evan. I can tell he's upset, but you know how he is. Always going off on his own, yeah. Maybe try the jetty? Thanks, I'll check there. I have a few other places in mind first. My meeting with Albert in the boathouse begins shortly. With Albert. Albert in the boathouse, okay. I'll look for Evan after that. Good luck. Okay. Ask about Albert. He keeps to himself. Alright. Good talk. You open the carriage door. Oh. Pardon me, Miss Maple. I'm expected elsewhere. Okay, so he's going to the boathouse. Have a good night, Nancy. Good night, Nathan. I wonder where Nathan's off to. Well, he just told you. Nancy. Girl, he just told you. Okay, so the boathouse. Listen. Excuse me, Miss Maple, I'm meeting someone in there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, alright, don't mind me. Listen. You don't hear anything? Listen with cup. You don't hear any voices behind the boathouse door, even with the aid of the drinking glass. The river's too loud to hear anything, even though I know Nathan and Albert are in there having a conversation. Open door. Listen. Dang it. Goodbye. Humph. Well then. Alright, what if I... Okay, well I don't know what I could have done there to like hide in the canoe or something, but they would have seen me. I don't okay. I might have screwed that up pretty badly. Okay, there's Nessa walking back from over the bridge. Okay, let's tail her. This is nothing but intrigue now. So, what is this? What's this on the ground? Leave to see a path, walking in the cardinal directions, strange puddles of liquid glistening in the moonlight. Is that pee? Trail of small puddles seem to lead further south. Human puddles. Puddles of whiskey are staggered at irregular intervals both on and off the path, almost as if whoever was responsible for them is also staggering. Doesn't bode well. Okay, so the whiskey goes south. Nessa went north, so let's keep following Nessa. Nessa and Corvus seem to be having an intense conversation. If I can get closer, maybe I'll be able to hear what they're saying. Okay, so we'll go around and then south here. Okay, you conceal yourself behind an ideally situated apple tree. Is this... Hello? It's just locked up. Okay, there we go. I won't be needing this anymore. Nessa takes a silver flask from her pocket and pours it out onto the grass. Okay, so that's not whiskey. What's that? Water adulterated with poison. I soaked flypaper in a glass jar and poured the liquid into my silver flask. Toss the jars over the waterfall. Easy as pie. I didn't think it would be quite so effective. I was thinking it would be more gradual, less dramatic. The tart couldn't even die properly, but no matter. It could look suspicious and be investigated. What does it matter? There aren't any rangers around, or any other form of law in this godforsaken place. But we don't want any more complications. This will all be over soon, but we'll need to be bold. I'm ready for the next step. Good. I'm glad there's more frequent music in this game now. What a strange conversation. Nessa mentioned tossing some jars into the river by the waterfall. I should go to the waterfall and take a look. Alright, we're totally not going to fall into the waterfall. Alright, so Nessa walked north. Did she go in here? No. I know, right? Like... Okay, so we're still looking for Evan. Oh, the salt thing is open again. I made sure to close the salt bag. So somebody reopened it? Rock salt fairly unremarkable. Bag of salt has been opened, revealing the coarse salt inside. Examine bag. Okay. Alright, sure. Very careful, not stray too close. Alright, just in case. Danger. Look at jar. Glass jar bobbing in the furiously churning water. You can just barely make out a flash of yellow inside the jar. Get jar. Can't reach that from where you are. I need to find a safe way to get closer. Maple, god damn it. You should stick to the slow, safe rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Alright, there's death number 3. Do we have anything in the inventory that would make getting that? I know, right? Like, oh god damn it, I hit the wrong button. Alright. That still counts as a death. This is why I saved there. Like if you click there, she stops, and you have to actively click again in order to fall in. So there must be some sort of thing that you can do. Remember a blossom hat. Like, if we could put our blossom hat on a long stick or something, then we could probably make a makeshift net and pick up the jar with that. Rope. We could use the rope in the hat, potentially. Get jar with rope. If that isn't there, you see no... Get jar. Safe way to get closer. Okay, what about tie rope to tree? Tie rope to tree. You tie the rope around the tree. Tie rope around waist. You tie the loose end of the rope around your waist. I'm not walking around with this rope tied around me. Get jar. Let's go. She could have just been this careful before, but alright. You take the glass jar. Okay. Untie rope. You untie the rope from around your waist. Get rope. In your enthusiasm to secure the rope to the tree, you created a series of utterly undoable knots. That's okay, this rope has done its part. Well, this rope could have been useful for something later, but... Okay. Okay, Nancy Maple. Alright, so we got a jar with a horseshoe in it, I guess? The jar you retrieved from the raging river, inside is a damp strip of fly paper, okay. This looks like one of Jack's jam jars. Examine. Closer inspection reveals a white powder residue at the bottom of the jar, a strip of damp fly paper inside the jar, and a small oily spot on the outside of the jar. Small oily... Okay, so maybe a fingerprint. Dust jar. You brush some soot onto the surface of the jam jar. It reveals a distinct fingerprint. Get print from jar. You're already carrying the jam jar that has a fingerprint on it. There's no need to lift it from the jam jar for safekeeping. Okay. Compare prints. Comparing... Able to conclude the following. Aha! A finger on the glass jar belongs to Nessa. Okay. Examine the key. Small server key doesn't benefit from examination. Okay. So now we got proof about Nessa. There's Evan. Mr. Richards. Evan doesn't acknowledge your presence. He looks lost in thought, or maybe highly inebriated, possibly both. Well done. I wonder why that dialogue box had the lamps on it. I better be careful, not straight close to the edge of the jetty. I wonder if this is a unique death. Danger. What's that? Big fish? You are ready for this, jetty. Alright, he just lets us die. Lets us drown right in front of him. I know, right? I thought we were friends, Evan. Sit. Unfortunately, okay, so we can't sit next to him. Bottle. You don't see anything noteworthy. Jetty here, overlooking that. Cattails, dirt path, west of bridge, yeah. Evan is here. Trail of spilled liquid leading to the jetty. Look at Evan. Evan Richards, husky, weather-beaten man, mid-60s, owns Crimson Lodge. Sister Nessa might have something to say about that. Gruff and bothered. He is a recluse. Quietly, morosely drunk, and sits precariously on the edge of the jetty. Push Evan. Little effects, alright. Talk to Evan. Mr. Richards, what are you doing here? Mr. Richards ignores you and continues drinking. Drink. Aren't carrying any water. Alright. Ask about Margot. Evan doesn't respond to your attempts at conversation. Alright. Well, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere with him. Do I hear rumbling in the distance? Is that thunder? Ah, it sounds like an automobile heading towards the carriage house. Is Jack back from the train station? Maybe I should head over there and see what's going on. Or I could head to the lodge and see what's going on there. Let's go to the carriage house first. So Jack went to go send a telegram to the Rangers. Hear voices near this doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. Listen with cup. With the help of the glass, you can hear a conversation. They can't know why you're really here. Who knows what could happen? Of course. Alright, so we got a new guy. This might be the Ranger, though I kind of doubt it. This is some fancy lad. I understand the potential risk involved. I will be discreet with my investigation. That's... I think the other spelling of discreet was probably what was intended here. We'll just say you were in the area, and that's how you got here so soon. Not that you were already on your way. Understood. The young lady? Margot? Yes, Margot. Is there any reason to believe her death was suspicious? She's always been a bit sickly. Don't bother yourself with that. Just make like you're looking into her death. That'll be a good cover, but focus on what you're really here for. Okay, Jack. Conversation seems to be over. I don't know if I want to risk opening the door. I kind of want to. This might be danger. Alright, let's do it. Open the carriage house door. Oh, hello, Nancy. This here's Ranger Burdock. Lucky for us, he was in the region. How do you do, miss? Is this a Mountie? A fabled Mountie? Oh, pleased to meet you. We're all gonna meet up in the dining room. Come along when you can. Will do. Alright, Roger, huh? Come to think of it, I'm gonna have a cup of tea in the kitchen before heading to the dining room. It was a thirsty ride back. Good evening. Please meet us at the dining room. Yeah, he has to have the hat right to be official Mountie. Yes, sir. Okay. Hey, Ed. Okay, so that's probably it for... I guess I should see if Evan's still out here. Okay, so he's out here still drinking. He's probably going to be dead soon, most likely, if I had to guess. Alright, is our girl... Okay, our girl, Kimi, is not looking for owls out here anymore. So she's probably back inside. Okay, so the dining room. Jack said he was going to have some tea first. So I'm going to make a little sweep here to make sure that there's no conversations to listen in on before going to the dining room. No, nothing there. Okay, upstairs briefly. No. Usually just walking close to the doors is enough to trigger a listen prompt. What have we here? You haven't fooled me with your timid act. I'm on to you. If you dare follow me once I'm done here, you won't make it to your next destination. Consider yourself warned. Was he saying that to me, or is Kimi in here? What's going on around here? Albert just yelled at me. Kimi's holding a large map. She looks a bit flustered. He seemed very upset about my map. I was just planning my next bird trip. Right. I don't believe that for a second, Kimi. Well, if this map upsets him so much, I'll just get rid of it. Kimi tosses the map onto the fireplace and sets it alight. Excuse me, Nancy, I'm gonna go to the bathroom to calm down a bit. I just want to be alone, okay? Put out fire. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Shit. Get water. You take... Okay, there's Margot's glass. Fill cup. Oh my god. Get water. Oh my god. Is there water in her drinking glass? Fuck. Open tap. Use sink. Fill water. Fill glass. Holy shit, Maple, hurry up. Holy shit. Maple. Fuck, run. That map better still be here. Put out fire. You pour the water under the burning map. You dump the water out of the drinking glass. Yep, map. You take the map out of the fireplace. Would you like to look at the lodge map or Kimi's map? Look at Kimi map. Map is slightly charred and damp, but it's still mostly intact. Okay, good. Examine Kimi map. There's a circled location on the map. It's the Sioux Locks. Why would Albert be upset by a map with the Sioux Locks circled? Okay, alright, so just... Okay, okay. I had to do all that in short order. So we got... Discovered a fingerprint on Margot's drinking glass. Last of the water in Margot's glass has evaporated, leaving a white powdery residue. Okay, so that's the same as the residue in that jar that we got. I wonder what this could be. Okay. Lift print from Margot glass. Oh, it's a curio. Okay, okay, sure. Okay. Is Albert in here? No, that's Nestus. Door is locked. Okay. Alright, down to the dining room then, I guess. Or actually, I should see if Jack's in here first. Hello, Jack. Hiya, Nancy. There's a meeting in the dining room. Go on in. Alright. But first, ask about Roger. You can't use Roger. I thought that was the guy's name, the Ranger's name. Ask about Ranger. Ranger Murdoch's in the dining room, gathering everyone in the lodge for a meeting. Go on in. Don't keep them waiting. Okay. Sure, fine. Nancy, there you are. We're about to get started. Weren't you just in... Okay. Alright. Where's Mr. Richards? Don't you worry, miss. Mr. Richards needs time to be alone in his thoughts. We'll probably be here in a bit. Hey, Chachi. This here is Ranger Murdoch. He was out on patrol by the train station. Lucky for us. I know, that's the big revelation here. There's multiple Jacks, apparently. I told him about poor Margot. He said he wouldn't mind stopping by and filing a report. A report? Whatever for? She had a fit and died. Bury her and be done with her. It gives me the creeps having a dead body around. Hey, Alyssa. I'm sure nothing's amiss, but how could I turn down Jack's hospitality? I'll take a look, file a report of the death, and save old Doc Travers a trip up here. What about the bridge explosion? Do you have any news about that? Bridge explosion? News doesn't travel very fast in these parts. I'm out in the bush most of the time. Of course, I was so distracted by Margot's death that I completely forgot to mention the bridge to Ranger Murdoch. Alright, okay. That seems important, but alright. Anyway, I sent a telegraph to the closest town. I'm sure the appropriate authorities are handling it. I'm sure. Bears and raccoons are more my jurisdiction. Not much happens out this way. Tomorrow morning, I'll take a look at Miss Margot and be on my way. Sounds good. It's late. You must be bushed. I'll get you set up in the spare room upstairs. Are we done here? I'm dreadfully tired. I am tired as well. Nessa and Corvus leave the table after exchanging what seems to be a series of impatient looks. Kimi follows soon after, seemingly unwilling to appear rude by leaving first. By the time Jack shows the Ranger to the spare room, you realize a lot of time has passed, and Mr. Richards still hasn't turned up. I should check up on Mr. Richards. He definitely fell in the river. Excellent job. Kudos on your thorough investigative technique. Oh no, where's Mr. Richards? It looks like he left a skid mark on the jetty here. Chapter 5. Escalations. You're shocked to see such disarray. I don't like the look of this. Type the review to check the status of your Evan investigation. Game is autosaved. I continue to love how my TTS says, oh no. Okay, so sure, let's review. I know that Mr. Richards wears rubber-soled shoes. Okay, so we're finally getting to the point where the shoe size stuff matters. Maybe I should examine the jetty and see if that will reveal anything about his movements. I now know Mr. Richards' shoe size. Can I use it to trace his movements at the jetty? I should take a closer look. I did see Mr. Richards on the jetty. I wonder if he left any fingerprints behind. Can I place anyone else at the jetty? I'll need everyone's shoe sizes before I can figure that out. Okay, sure. Alright. Don't stray too close. Okay, sure. Jetty looks like a good place for fishing. You can see scuff marks, shoe prints, and splashes of spilled liquid. Broken glass scattered across the jetty. Some of it looks like it once been the crystal decanter. Some may have come from a drinking glass. Alright. Examine glass. Glass has been knocked over, its contents spilled out onto the jetty. What a waste of good Canadian whiskey. You think you can see an oily mark on the outside of the overturned whiskey glass. That could be a fingerprint. Dust glass. Carefully dust the overturned drinking glass with prints and reveal... Aha, a fingerprint. Lift print. You tear off a piece of tape and press it onto the powdered fingerprint. Okay. Alright, sure. Look at scuff marks. Scuff marks indicate that someone might have been dragged along the wooden boards of the jetty. These scuffs are pretty clear. Hopefully a closer examination will reveal more information. The direction of the scuff marks appear to lead away from the jetty and into the woods to the north. And these scuff marks are made by rubber-soled shoes. Mr. Richards wore rubber-soled shoes and boots. These scuffs were likely made by him. I think that's Evan, is Mr. Richards? He definitely didn't jump or fall into the fierce current. It's more likely that Mr. Richards was dragged away from the river. I now know Mr. Richards' shoe size. Can I use it to trace his movements? Yeah. Did see. Okay, so what? She's just going to keep reviewing this every single time. Examine prints. Examine footprints. Upon closer inspection, you ascertain the shoe print came from a size 14 foot. Alright, that is a very big foot. Alright, Shaquille O'Neal is the culprit here. Mr. Richards wears size 12. He definitely didn't make shoe prints on or around the jetty. Shoe prints on the jetty came from size 14 feet. Jack's a size 12. I know Jack didn't make these shoe prints, but who did? Who knows what size Nessa's feet are under that long skirt? I'll need to investigate. Alright, so Nessa might have enormous feet. Kimi wears size 6.5. She wasn't involved. What a relief. Well, Kimi could have been wearing like snowshoes or something. You never know. I wonder what could be an unobtrusive way to learn Corvus' shoe size. I wonder if he's left any shoe prints anywhere. From Corvus, huh? Albert and Mr. Richards have the same shoe size. Neither of them could have made those. Nathan could have made those shoe prints. I certainly couldn't rule them out. Have I seen Nathan walking in an area where he could have left shoe prints? I think so, and not too long ago. Check. Type size check to review shoe sizes. Oh my god. Alright. We're now on foot fetish quest here. So Nathan was over here. Look at footprints. Even in the moonlight, it's easier for you to see the imprints Nathan and Jack made with their shoes. Examine footprints. The shoe prints on this side of the bridge are quite large and freshly made. Considering I witnessed Nathan making these shoe prints, I can conclude he wears size 16. Okay. And then over here. Jack was walking quite extensively on this part of the riverbank. These shoe prints are size 12. Okay. That's that. And then we saw Corvus and Nessa. Uh-oh. We see the possible signs of a struggle. There are scuffs and shoe prints in the grass and on the path, and some tree branches have been snapped off. Okay. Scuffs and scrapes on the path appear to have originated from the jetty to the south. Examine scuffs. Upon closer inspection of the scuffs on the southern path, you conclude that someone was dragged from the jetty and into this area. And it was a bit of a struggle by the looks of it. I found scuff marks made by rubber-soled shoes on the jetty. Mr. Richards only wears rubber-soled shoes and boots and was last seen here. I think it's fair to assume he made these scuff marks. And the scuff marks found here look like they were also made by Mr. Richards, assuming making the same struggling movements. Seems pretty clear that Mr. Richards was dragged from the jetty and into these woods. Okay. Examine footprints. You see a smattering of shoe prints here that appear to come from two different size shoes. Most of these look like they came from a size 14 foot, and there are a few here that look to be size 8. Okay. Hmm. That might be Nessa and Corvus. Hmm. Good branch. Tree branches stick out, ready to cling and scratch at unwary passersby. Luckily, the paths are kept pretty clear. Some of the branches off to the side of the path look like they've been bent and broken. I'm not sure what this wavy thing is. Look at that might be hair. You see some long gray and brown hairs stuck in the broken branches. Examine hair. A lot of the hairs have their follicles intact. I'd say that some of these hairs were caught and pulled out with some force. Long brown and gray hair. Only Nessa has hair like that. Okay, get hair. Take some of the long brown and gray hairs. These might be useful bits of evidence. Well done. Okay, so the tracks go off this way. Hello? Signs of a struggle continue in the area around the smokehouse. The scuff marks and shoe prints continue along the path and into the smokehouse. The door to the smokehouse is shut tight, but you can hear some indistinct noises inside. Eek! So there's something that's maybe a monocle. You don't see anything noteworthy. There's literally something sparkling right in front of you. Smokehouse is small, orchard, tiny specks sparkling in the moonlight, scuff marks, shoe prints. I really don't like the look of this. Something round and metallic shining on the path. That's probably the monocle. It looks like a button. Okay. Get button. Pick up the round metal button. Examine button. Round metal button is shiny, appears to be pretty new. Who could this belong to? I should look more closely at people and what they're wearing. Listen with cup. You don't hear any voices. Listen. Examine footprints. Footprints came from size 14 and size 8. Appears that someone wearing size 14 made these footprints. You need to examine the scuffs by the... Yeah, okay. Examine scuffs. I was just about to do that. Scuff marks lead into the smokehouse. Uh-oh. Mr. Richard seems to have been dragged into the smokehouse, though I'm not sure why. I need to learn everyone's shoe sizes before I can make definitive conclusions about who is involved. But I need to connect the evidence outside the smokehouse of the incident at the jetty. I should go back to the jetty and take a closer look. But first we're going to save the game. Chapter 5, Danger. And we're going to open the door. You open the smokehouse door. Oh! Nancy, I'm busy in here. Please step outside. Nathan is frantically rummaging in the smokehouse. Nathan, where's Mr. Richards? What's happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. I don't have any helpful information. Please leave me to figure this out. Oh, of course. On one hand, I'm relieved that I didn't stumble onto anything ghastly. On the other, where's Mr. Richards and what's happened to him? I'll need to come to some conclusions and present them to Nathan. What if Nathan's the murderer? Maybe then he'll let me into the smokehouse and I can continue my investigation. Mr. Richards dragged in the smokehouse, don't know why. Shoe sizes, connect the evidence, go back to the jetty. Okay. Examine sparkles. The tiny, shiny specks are only visible in the moonlight. They are impossible to examine closely. Okay, sure. So it sounds like I need to go back here and look at the decanter. Fragments of faceted glass scattered on the wooden jetty. Doesn't look like a serene encounter. You peer at the shattered remains of what is clearly the crystal decanter from the dining room. I last saw this in Mr. Richards' hands as he was seated right here on this jetty. What on earth happened here? Oh my, the decanter would have needed to be picked up and thrown down with some force to break it like this. The heavy crystal decanter has been broken into dozens of jagged shards. I think I see some oily imprints. I wonder who's been handling this decanter recently. Besides Mr. Richards, that is, because I doubt he would have broken the decanter intentionally. Ooh, I better be careful. Okay. Dust decanter. Carefully dust the decanter to reveal 2 fingerprints. Lift prints. Tear off 2 pieces, press each onto the powdered fingerprints. Alright, let's move away from that and compare prints. This is Evan's fingerprint. That makes sense. I did see Mr. Richards drinking out of this glass earlier. Okay. You revealed Evan and Nessa's fingerprints on the decanter fragments. Evan and Nessa. Okay. Can I place anyone else at the jetty? I need to figure out everyone's shoe sizes before I can figure it out. Fingerprint on the glass jar belongs to Nessa. Better be careful, not strictly... Like, it... there's a lot of occasions in this game where it feels like it just dumps a bunch of text boxes at you in kind of... in orders that don't strictly make sense. Like, I don't know if this is like ADHD simulator for Maple's thought process here or what, but it feels like things are a little oddly placed, I guess, is how I would say. Like it, I'm not sure how I feel about the game assaulting you with a bunch of text boxes after every single little thing. Like, I know you're trying to do detective stuff and like piece together things as you're going, but some of these it feels like are text boxes that should only come up after you specifically say like review evidence or things like that, and not constantly have it throw stuff at you, you know? Okay, so now we're working on shoe size stuff, but I want to... Are there footprints here? There's no prints here. So Evan and Nessa and the other guy were here before. But there's no fingerprints or footprints there. Can we go down here and go check in with Margot? So we already know her shoe size. Okay, so the dining room. So this is the mud room in here. So these are Margot's boots. Men's boots are size 12, rubber soles, very worn, faded leather. The 12s are Mr. Richards. Women's boots are men. Women's boots, quite petite, small heel, black leather, rubber soles, well used. But there's 3 sets of boots here, but it's only letting me look at 2 of them. Middle boots. Okay. Alright, sure, fine. So Nessa's boots, if they're anywhere, they'd be in here. Nessa's luggage is locked. Use key in luggage. Open luggage with key. No result. Okay, so there were trunks. Faint noises coming from the closet. Someone's in there. Definitely hear someone or something in the upstairs closet. Oh, I missed. It looked like there was a third text box there that was there for like a frame. This might be danger. Oh, pardon me. Okay, it's the ranger inspecting the trunk. You stumbled upon the ranger rummaging in the closet. A note has been added. Ranger Murdoch, what are you doing in here? Oh, Miss Maple, is it? You certainly gave me a start. Jack directed me to the bathroom, but I don't seem to be in the right place. Alright. I'm used to being out in the wilderness, but a bucket doesn't seem that appropriate a bathroom, eh? That explains why he was squatting. Ah! The bathroom is across the hall from the spare room. Oh, I thought Jack said across from the stairs. My mistake, excuse me. It should be pretty fucking obvious when you enter this room that it's clearly not a bathroom. But, alright. Sure. Open trunk with key. Doesn't accomplish anything. Look at trunk. Large blue trunk between the wardrobe and the shelf. Dust. Trunk. Alright, so here's... Hey there, Nancy. Full house, isn't it? If you're looking for the ranger, he should be in the bathroom across the hall, freshening up. Alright, let's go walk in on him, I guess. Jack said Ranger Murdoch could be in here. I wonder who it could be. I love that the shower is still on. I turned on the shower in like chapter 2, I think. It's okay. She's not paying the water bills. It's fine. I hear voices near this doorway. I wonder what they're talking about. And what government agency did you say sent you, Mr. Respa? Your government sent me. The specific name of the agency escapes me. Here, I have the documents. I trust they're in order. Ah, thank you. Let's see. Yes, these look just fine. Of course they do. May I see your identification papers? There's a pause in the conversation. Even with the aid of the drinking glass, you strain to hear what comes next. See here, officer. I am a very busy man. I don't have time to root about in my documents to produce my identification papers at the moment. I am here because my government is doing a favor to your government, yes? Strong international relationships are vital, especially in the times to come. Doubtless you are aware of the current state of world affairs. I am. So if I were you, I'd take a step back and turn your attention to the dead woman in the cellar. Which is, after all, the reason you are here? Of course. Have a good evening to you, Mr. Respa. So much for Canadian hospitality. Ah! Oh, Miss Maple, good evening. Good evening. Ah, I forgot to lock my door again. I've had more than enough of your company, Nancy. Please leave me to my work. Ask for shoe size. You're too curious. Look at shoes. Albert had stored a couple extra pairs of fancy patent leather Oxfords in the wardrobe. Examine shoes. You see a small number 12 marked on the insides of the shoes. Alright. I guess we already had his shoe size from earlier. Examine shoes. Not benefit. Okay, so there's probably... I don't know if I opened the drawers in here. Drawer's empty. Nessa prefers to live out of her suitcase. Open cabinet. Nothing in there. Be great if I could open her suitcase then to check what her shoe size is. So this is all Margot's stuff. Here's someone or something moving around in the walk-in closet. You can hear rustling and clattering and muttering voices. All right, is this more danger? Don't you dare touch a thing. I'm looking for my ruby brooch, the one Margot stole. Oh, well, I can help you look for it. Not on your life, you'll just pocket it for yourself. Get out of here. Ask about shoe size. Nessa smirks at you. Playing detective, are you? Well, I won't be playing along. Corvus narrows his eyes at you suspiciously. That's no business of yours, Miss Maple. If I were you, I'd be a good girl and stop poking my nose where it doesn't belong. Get shoes. Don't you dare touch a thing. Okay, yeah, sure. Alright. Well, hopefully this just doesn't get me murdered sooner rather than later. Why don't you find your friend Kimi or someone else who would appreciate your attempts at drumming up conversation? Okay, I went in the wrong room, buddy. Look at shoes. Pair of brown leather Oxfords by the bed on the right. Okay, so we can examine shoes. Are they size 14? They are. Okay. You peer into the shiny, well-maintained shoes. Thanks to the loop, you can read the size printed on the sole, even though it's a bit faded. I see these shoes are size 14. Seeing as they're set down by Corvus's bed, I think it's safe to assume they are his shoes. Well done. Okay, so we still just need Nessa's shoe size. Compare sizes. What was the command about shoe size? Compare shoes? Review? Can I place anyone else at the jetty? I'll need to figure out everyone's shoe sizes, but I can figure that out. Size check. That's right. Thank you. Satisfied with my investigation so far, it's time to go inside and share what I've learned with Nathan. Size check. Need to figure out which shoe made the shoe print on the jetty, whose shoe prints were in the woods to the north of the jetty. Shoe prints lead it into the smokehouse that those belong to. Richard, size 12, did make shoe prints. Shoe prints came from size 14. Jack is size 12. Who knows what size Nessa's feet are under that long skirt? I'll need to investigate. Kimi wears size 6.5, not involved. Corvus wears size 14. He could be involved, but I can't say for certain until I learn everyone else's shoe sizes. Albert and Mr. Richards have the same shoe size. Neither of them could have made the shoe prints. Nathan's feet are size 16. I relieve that he isn't involved. Okay. So it sounds like... Oh, pardon me. Good evening, Miss Maple. I'm just settling in for the night. Excuse me, sir. Can I look at your feet real quick? Okay, we can't. Ask about shoe size. These boots are size 12. Why do you ask, Miss Maple? I'm just trying to make conversation. Okay. What's this guy's name again? They won't tell me who this guy is. Alright, whatever. It's Ranger Man. I'm not sure how I would find out Nessa's shoe size, because she... Yeah, I don't know. Talk to Jack. Hi, Nancy. Woo, I'm just taking a bit of a break before I go up to bed. I've really been run off my feet these days. Nessa. If Nessa was a nicer person, I'd say the theft of her brooch was a real shame. Okay, let's go. Let's go talk to Nathan. Oh! Nancy, I'm busy in here. Please step outside. Nathan's frantically rummaging in the smokehouse. Nathan, where's Mr. Richards? What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you don't have any help information, please leave me to figure this out. Oh, of course. On one hand, I'm relieved. Didn't stumble anything ghastly. On the other hand, where's Mr. Richards? What happened to him? Need to come to some conclusions and give them to Nathan. Maybe then he'll let me in the smokehouse and I can continue my investigation. Mr. Richards seems to have been dragged into the smokehouse. I'm still not sure why. I need to learn everyone's shoe sizes before I can make definitive conclusions about who's involved. But I need to connect the evidence outside the smokehouse with the incident at the jetty. I should go back to the jetty and take a closer look. There's still something I'm missing from the jetty? Maybe it's the puddles? Liquid splashed onto the jetty. I wonder what it could be. Examine liquid. Liquid here has yet to be absorbed into the dock. Even in the moonlight, you can see that it's golden yellow and that it's whiskey. What a waste. Liquid on the jetty is definitely alcohol and not river water. Mr. Richards was here not that long ago. If he'd drunkenly fallen into the river, I'd expect to see watermarks on the jetty where his impact caused splashes. Besides the spilled alcohol, the jetty is dry. Okay. Like, we got a text box earlier of I should go talk to Nathan with my conclusions, but then it wouldn't let me do that. So, where's Mr. Richards? Trying to figure out if you don't have any info. I connect it to the jetty, go back to the jetty. Review. Can I place anyone else at the jetty? I'd like to figure out everyone's shoe sizes. I'm satisfied with my investigation so far. It's time to go inside and share what I've learned with Nathan. Okay, sure. There must be something, some other trigger that I'm aware of. Sure. Okay, that'll be for next time though. My back is hurting me. All right, let's see what achievements I got. I got chapter 4 complete and no other achievements for this. Okay. Well, things are definitely picking up. I like that we're finally at the part of the game where we're doing actual investigative stuff. Interesting. But it's definitely Nessa and Corvus that were up to no good, and who knows what happened to Evan. I don't know. But this is definitely turning into way more like the Colonel's Bequest, where it seemed like there was a character dying every 20 minutes, pretty much on the dot. So I think we've now entered that part of the game. But honestly, I'm kind of drawing a blank here as to what the hell I'm supposed to do to move forward. Like, maybe I have to still figure out Nessa's shoe size somehow before I can do anything. And there might be like an additional footprint somewhere that I need to look for. I'm not sure why a footprint would work. It would be the actual shoes that she's wearing that would give us the definitive evidence. So I don't know. Interesting. We'll figure that out next time. Anyways, thank you for watching, as always. And I'll see you next time. Take care.